All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's about 7:50 a.m. here. January 17th, prices of BTC currently at 8837.50. Okay, so what we've seen so far is after a large period of consolidation, we finally got that expansion that we were looking for. We unfortunately kind of triple topped on this 15-minute time frame right here and then got rejected hard down. Okay, now we have to essentially reassess and figure out where exactly is price action trying to take us, all right, and where is price in relation to the higher time frames and the markers that we were looking at. Okay, so if you were watching my videos for the past few days, folks, I said that for the most part in this consolidation right here, I was still expecting anywhere between $9,000 and $9,300. Okay, please go rewatch my videos. You will see that in there. If you were awake for something like this and you took profit up here in 9,000, kudos to you. Because that was almost, a $200-300 move from wherever this consolidation was happening, right? So that's a nice gain anyway, whether you got into a long here or if you were part of the advantage community and you got into a long with us around here, okay? So with that being said, all right, now exactly where are we and where do we think we're going? Okay, so here's the thing. On the 15-minute chart, all right, what we see so far is this, to me, definitely looked like a long, period of distribution. Rather, it was actually, sellers meeting, strong sellers meeting strong buyers, but then eventually the buyers actually lost and the sellers won. And they won this battle by breaking this area where price had been consolidating in this area right there, and then they shoved it down even further, okay? But now price has actually hit a critical area right around this 87 marker, and I'm going to show you guys the importance of that, okay? A couple things that you need to keep in mind is notice the expansion of volume right here after the breakout, which was exactly what we needed to see, okay? So that's one positive sign, all right? Number two is notice the higher lows consistently that were created on this consolidation period right here before the expansion, okay? And number three, notice that even with this higher low, last higher low before the push up, price is actually still above that, okay? So I would say that if price starts breaching this area, which is this low right here, around 87.50 or so, that's when I'm a little bit more concerned. All right. Now, again, that doesn't mean concern as in, oh, we have to go down to 8,000 or 7,000. It just means that, okay, maybe this whole thing, was a consolidation, but this wasn't the real move. This may have been a larger test of a deviation to the upside. We will deviate up here, come back down into the range, and maybe, later today or tomorrow, get ready for a real push up. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys that by this chart right here. Okay. Now, I've told people that there's a lot of different ways that I trade, some of which, are definitely watching horizontal levels. All right. That's one of my big, key trading strategies. Number two is drawing out trading ranges, drawing out SR levels, drawing out weekly highs, lows, opens, as well as dailies. In relation to where price is for the week, the month, maybe even the year. But in this particular case, because the year just started, I'm not really looking at that right now. I'm really just looking at the day in the week. Okay, so today's daily, all right, opened at 87.19. The low of today's daily was 8670.5, and the high was 9,021. Again, this is as per the XPT contract on BitMEX. Okay. Now, the big trading range that we were sitting in for the last 2.5 days, right, before we actually broke up, was really this high and this low, right? All we were doing was kind of moving up in here and up in here, and then we broke through, all right? So what we call this movement right here, because price was pushed outside of the range, right? We call that a deviation. And then price is brought back into the range, all right? So we know for sure that this is a deviation, not really a failure, okay? A failure as in, once this price goes up here and then gets pressed down all the way down here. So this was definitely a distribution above trading range, and we can then be sure that there might be some higher level of selling coming into play, okay? But notice how much sell side volume came in right there, okay? Quite a bit actually, right? But guess what? It only pushed price down maybe a couple $100, okay? Usually this kind of selling, as you can see over here, right? It pushed price from here, which was the 84.50 high, all the way down to about 76.50 or so. So almost, $700-800, right? And this was actually half that with almost just as high of selling. So what this tells me is the bulls are actually much stronger in this case of this upward movement. And even if the bears have temporarily won, at least what it looks like, which is a temporary win, bulls are probably going to try to press back up into that area again, okay? And like I stated before, the reason why we're trying to break into this area is because there's a lot of struggle happening between the bulls and the bears in terms of a fight, because this is a daily supply zone right here, okay? You can see this blue block right here. That's a daily supply, so it's not going to be as easy to chew through this as like one big candle. I mean, it might be when, if and when a big spike or a big spot buy order comes in and, it's like millions of dollars and just slices through everything. But I don't really think that's the case. I think it's going to be a slow grind up and, around this area. Once we maybe hit $93 to $9,400, we might even come down kind of like this, maybe even retest this descending trend line all the way down to about $8,500, $8,600 and then push up, okay? So that's also a possibility. But I've remained fairly consistent in my views that things are looking a little bit more bullish for BTC, even through this run up right here. I was a bit more confident that we would be seeing that $9,000, $9,300 area, even though we only ran up, to just a hair above 9,000. But that's okay, that's still positive progress given the fact that all we had been doing is doing a reaccumulation process here, consolidating, tightening up the price action, and then pushing up, okay? So now we have to see on the higher time frame what markers to watch, okay? So yesterday in my video, right, if you watch it, I had drawn this A, B, C, D, E, and I stated that in my evening analysis to my Advantage members that this could actually be the final E count right here. It's not necessary that the D needs to be over here and the E needs to be down here at the bottom of these trend lines, okay? So I stated that because price action is tightening, it could be very possible that this is the final count. So once we get the final count, then we start our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then there's 1, that's 2. This is your 3, right? So I would say probably this is your 3 right up here now. This could be your 4, all right? And I think 5, we're actually still looking for somewhere up here. It's also very possible that this was the 3, this was a quick 4 right there, and then this is the 5, okay? And in that, what we're getting is a quick ABC, all right? So we then get a like that, a B, and then this is a C right here, which is the bottom of this wick right here, okay? So your A is bottom of this wick, your B is pushing up to this high right here, the high of this red candle right there, and your C is down here. Now it's very hard to sort of draw counts on, such tight price action, but that's kind of what I see in terms of, possibilities, okay? Now with that being said, if this is the C, then we can expect that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count was probably of a larger one. So we can say from here, this was your big 1, and then this was your, well, we could be, starting, actually this ABC down here was your 2, and then your 3 is probably, up here around $93, $9,400, 4 somewhere over there, and 5 up here around 95, 9,600. Okay, just something to keep in mind, right? Now, in terms of markers, right, this spot that this wick actually hit is very important, because this was actually the key sort of pivot level where price was kind of bouncing up and around for the last couple of days, which is that 87 marker, okay? And you can see that actually because you can see over here, price was unable to close above these markers, and whenever it did, it got quickly pushed back down under, like right here, and right here, and right here, and right here, right? And even over here, it just closes under. So the point is that we've broken above that, we've stayed above it for several hours, and now we're trying to see if we can retest that 87 marker. It doesn't have to be exact, but we're trying to see if we can test it as support and then push off, okay? That is the one important marker on the 1 hour time frame. And aside from that, this descending trend line lines up perfectly right around there too. So that makes it even better, because we've broken out this trend line, tested it now as potentially support, right? And not only that, we're declining on volume right there. Okay, so that's a positive sign that the selling has potentially stopped, as well as met a critical support area, and now we could be potentially bouncing from here. All right, now that's the 1 hour chart. Okay, on the 4 hour, the important marker that I was watching was 8828.50. That's because these two candles right here were the opening and closings, and notice how every single candle after that was unable to close above these two opening and closings, okay? So what that tells me is once this one broke above, what we need to do is these two candles need to definitely stay above and close above this marker. Now, right now, we still have about 3 whole hours to go in this 4 hour candle. So really anything could happen in this one. We could easily get pushed back down all the way down here, which is very possible. Or we could simply just wick down here a little bit lower and then, close above this. Okay, so that remains to be seen. All right. On the daily chart, not the most positive looking candle right now, obviously hitting up into that daily supply. But again, we still have almost, half a day of the daily candle left. Okay, so I'm still a little bit more confident that we could still, end the day on a positive note in this daily candle, right? Stochc RSI on the 1 hour is close to bottoming out, so hopefully maybe it bottoms out through the next 4 or 5 hours of the day. A 4 hour Stochc RSI is actually, just starting to move up, so it has a decent amount of room to go to the upside. And the fact that we're, already pulling down to key support areas as per the 4 hour, I'm a bit more confident that hopefully this thing keeps moving up, okay? And the RSI obviously is, consistently meeting this trend line. So I'm hoping from this trend line, we bounce up a little bit higher, all right? And I hope we don't crack this trend line because it's been pretty good to us so far, all right? And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, CME, by the way, this is really important. Notice this yellow line right here. That's the 200 moving average. 4 or 5 days ago, right, on January 8th, it actually rejected us from the 200 moving average right there on this red candle. But then just yesterday, we actually tested that same area of support. And we look like, kind of this kind of flag right here. So hopefully this thing keeps moving higher, all right? I don't know if it will, but for now, like I stated, those are the markers that I'm looking at. You know exactly what I'm watching. Again, if you do want to join the Cryptosomniac Advantage community, folks, we do have the 50% membership off right now for 1 and 3 months. So do come join, shoot me a message or any of our other admins or mods. And, I'll see you guys in the Advantage side, okay? So you can come trade with us. You can get updates like this through the day, and you'll know exactly what we're doing, what we're positioned to do live as we're doing it, all right? That's it. Thank you so much for joining, and come join Advantage, all right? Click the Discord link below and give us a thumbs up. Cheers.